Hello, good evening, and welcome to Follow Everton. You have your usual hunky guys. We are the equivalent of Starsky and Hutch. You've got the Robster and Wez. How's my friend Wez?
I'm good, mate. You?
Absolutely. I was gutted after Saturday. I mean,
do you know what, Robbie? Yeah and no. Yeah and no. Like I said, the pre-match stream that, I wasn't sort of fussed either way whether we went through. Obviously I always want Everton to win, but we've got bigger fish to fry now. We can just concentrate on staying in this league.
Yeah.
And obviously the news today.
Got the team news, by the way. Got the team news.
Team news is up. Do you want to call it out before I start rattling on, mate?
So we've got our usual goalie back in: Pickford, Michaelenko, Branthwaite, Tarkowski, Godfrey, Young, Garner, McNeil, Harrison, Danjuma, and Calvert-Lewin. Oof, some big changes there. On the bench: Virginia, Lonergan, Patterson, Keane, Hunt, Metcalf, Dobbin, Shermiti, and Beto. What are your thoughts?
Right, thought straight away is, why is Godfrey in there? Apparently Leeds are after him. Now, clearly, if Leeds are after him, there's got to be... Leeds want Godfrey on loan by all accounts, right? So, obviously, if they want to keep hold of Harrison, the loan fee is probably going to knock some of the price off the price of Harrison, aren't they? So I'm a bit surprised that they played Godfrey there.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, if you're
playing five at the back by the looks of things,
five at the back: Michaelenko, Branthwaite, Tarkowski, Godfrey, and Young. Yeah, and I mean, when Godfrey first came, I mean, you know what? I thought he was like an absolute cracking athlete, so fast. And that injury, sometimes you come back, you're never the same after the injury. He had a bad injury, did he?
Yeah.
So are we playing him to put him in the shop window? Is that why we're playing him?
I don't know, because you can't put him in the shop window with 1 day left of the transfer window to go.
Hey, mate, this is Everton.
I know. It's like, how short does he have to? Does the shop window have to be? It's just a little peephole.
Straight after the game.
It's just one of them little spy holes you have on your door.
But do you know what? I tell Leeds to go and shove it after because they're the ones who were like writing letters to the FA, weren't they? So I wouldn't be doing any business with them. Sorry, I'll keep them on the books. And let's face it, we got any injuries, we're up the
creek without a paddle.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. So I'll be keeping hold of him.
Yeah, we want to make a shout out there to Eugene. What time is it, Robbie? 20 past 10 this morning.
20 past 10.
20 past 10. That's dedication for you. I hope you've been watching all that time, Eugene.
Thanks. Because I'm crying, laughing. I bloody can't see. I've got like a vision in my eyes, my tear ducts are blocked up. We got to laugh though, Wes, haven't we? We've got to laugh, mate, because oh my God, how tough, how hard is it being an Evertonian?
Oh, mate,
seriously,
we've suffered longer than most. You know what I mean? But it's like, the thing is now, it's like this game now is a must get something out of this game. I'm not saying it's a must win, but it's a must get something out of it, because we've got Spurs and then Man City. Two tough games, you know what I mean? And with our home form, probably can't see us getting anything against Spurs, even though we should have got something away at their gaff. Can't see us getting anything against them, and I can't see us getting anything away at City. So this is it's got to be at least a point.
I don't, personally speaking, and I know what you mean, but unless we get 3, I'm not going to be settled at all.
Yeah.
17 games left, haven't we? 17 cup finals.
Yeah,
depending
100%.
on, as we mentioned before, because we've had a little chat with Ryan. Ryan gave us a video call before, live from Dubai. We had a little chat because is it tomorrow, the 3-day in hearing, our next hearing,
the appeal.
review, the appeal, yeah.
Yeah, the appeal starts tomorrow, and it was apparently last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, with the decision coming in possibly the middle of February. So, also on other news, Richard Masters finally replied. I don't know whether you read about that. He replied to the letter sent by Mark Carney, the former governor of the Bank of England, who's a massive Evertonian, by the way, if you didn't know, Canadian.
I'll get him on the show.
Basically responded saying that they were looking at Everton's finances and wages and whatnot for a while, and they warned Everton that they were in danger of overshooting the mark, but they carried on, spending and paying out wages and this, that, and the other. So obviously this then comes to this, but when all said and done, that's immaterial. The whole thing was about the interest on the loans for Bramley Moordock, not about paying wages and paying for players. So the overspend was on interest payments made to build a football stadium to create us more revenue, to create jobs around the city, to upgrade an area that's been in decline for many, many years. So to be punished for that, which I'm sure that's going to be the line they go down.
Yeah.
Well,
we're getting points back, mate.
Yeah,
we are getting points back.
Like I said before on the phone to Ryan, I think we'll probably get the 10 points back suspended for 2 years, and then hopefully this other charge will go away. But if it doesn't, then and this charge is brought against us, then obviously them 10 points back suspended come into play again, don't they?
Yeah. Just a little shout out, hey, George Dewsbury. Are you an Everton fan, or do you support another team? Just let us know, mate. Just interested. And it's nice to see Peter, our friend Peter Duggan, his hand is better. Yeah, if you remember, we were chatting about it the weekend or last week, and he broke his hand playing footy. Top goalkeeper is our Peter, and top fan of Follow Everton.
He is. Peter Duggan is one of our diehards, isn't he, Rob?
Yeah. If you get him on, you could literally do the Guinness Book of Records because he talks for about 5 or 6 hours, don't you, Peter?
Yeah, he does. He's a phone in, yeah.
But it's all about
Can't get him off.
So that's okay.
So Joey 11 reckons that the Esks said that the deduction will be upheld. I don't know how the Esk knows that because nobody knows that until it starts tomorrow. It's all speculation, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Yeah, he's done our legs, and he'll be told to wind his neck in. You'll find that we will get points back. This is my interpretation of it, and he'll be moved to one side. He won't be in the job for much longer, Mr. Masters, because he was well and truly had off by Caroline Dinage when she said to him, basically, you don't know what you're doing, do you? That's what we'd be saying, because she's a big Pompey fan. So just watch the space on that one. That's there's other things to happen on the Follow Everton site in the coming weeks and months.
So anyway, Rob, on to the game. Where do you see the threat lies with Fulham today? They're a good footballing team under Marco Silva. Very good footballing team.
Yeah. Was Everton a good football team under Marco Silva?
I'd say yeah, but they were because of the change in so many managers. This is what apparently Frank Lampard was saying in an interview that he had, was that because they've had so many managers, coming in and then getting sacked or leaving, that the team really didn't have a structure and didn't have a way of playing, didn't have an identity, right? So, we all remember the sideways and backwards passing that we were doing, and you think, and we were all frustrated over that because we used to, pass the ball around lovely, sideways and backwards, but there was no forward impetus. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's right. But yeah, so now, like, at least under Dice, we've got an identity under Dice. It might not be the prettiest football, but I heard today that on Talk Sport, so I'm not taking the credit for this, that he's got the biggest wing ratio of his managerial career at Everton, which doesn't say a lot for his previous jobs, does it?
No, those the away days this season will have put that up, won't it? Because the away form has been pretty decent. Our away form is kind of woeful. I mean, let's face it, it is. But tonight we're away, we're in London, and this season we seem to have done all right in London. And as we put up there before, they're not Barcelona, it's Fulham. They've had us off twice at Goodison. So tonight's our turn to go there and go, hey, have it.
You just think though, like, we went into the two games against Luton thinking that this is Luton, and arguably they deserve to win both games because they were the better team on the day. We just couldn't cope with the way they play. I'm dreading going to Kenilworth Road and watching them play at Kenilworth Road, because if we're getting beat twice at home in the way that they played there.
You can't beat that, can you?
I know. I hope you're not still in the bath, Jazz.
This is Jazz and Ryan, who are recently engaged, and they're over in the Atlantis in the Palm. It's like, meanwhile, the Robsters on the other side of the Mersey to my mate Wez, and here we are, dark and dingy, freezing outside. But there you go. Enjoy it, Jazz. You only live once. That's what.
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else, though, Rob.
Yeah, tonight you can watch the match live in the Atlantis, and it's not a dodgy stick, everyone.
No, it's in a different country, so they probably get it live anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the threats then, Rob, is it Willian? Obviously, Willian's a threat. Robertson's
how old is he, by the way? He seems
Willian's both 33, 34, but he's still quality.
Yeah,
no, he left Chelsea and went somewhere else, and then they got him back from wherever that was.
Yeah.
But Robinson as well, who we let go, rapid, absolutely.
How much did we lightning him for? Was that a?
He didn't. It was. I think it was it was one of them compensation things, wasn't it?
Yeah. And just out of interest, off the top of your head now, how much would he be worth now? Do you rate him?
Yeah, I do rate him. I mean, don't get me wrong, like Michalenko's been a revelation this season. You know what I mean? But that Robinson, he's rapid. And like, I've seen him skin a few players through the week when he was playing Liverpool, and he absolutely just destroyed Bradley, was it? Conor Bradley?
With soap. You've just said that word.
Which? The L word. Sorry, mate. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, apology accepted.
Sorry, I do apologise. But yeah, I've seen him skin that Conor Bradley time and time again when he was playing that other lot over the park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we let one go then. In fact, we didn't let one go. He wanted to go, didn't he? So it's one of them. Where you go. We were talking about it the weekend, weren't we? Where we players have gone, say the grass is greener, and it really hasn't been. But he's kind of done all right for himself, hasn't he?
Yeah. But put it one way, if he was still at Everton, he'd be struggling season after season, wouldn't he? He's mid-table. This is another thing I had a discussion with a few people who I had in the car about I wasn't really going to talk about it, but I'm going to bring it up because it was a conversation I had, and it's about our German mate over the park, expiring his contract, let's say, right? So I turned around and said, my personal opinion is if you're a Fulham or you're a West Ham or you're a Palace or mid-table team, as a manager, there's not really any pressure on you because if you're finishing mid-table every season, that's where you're expected to finish. It's down the bottom and the upper echelons of the league where the pressure mounts. Do you know what I mean? So the pressure on our German friend over the road must be immense season after season after season. But then that's when you're being successful, and then down the bottom where you're trying to stave off relegation, it must be tenfold of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're just talking football, Rod. It's kind of we're going to swerve it now because it's kind of we're talking about pressure. It's kind of like the same pressure as Wes and I do in a live stream like this when you've got Tourette's and you want to go, but you can't. So it's kind of that kind of pressure because there's loads of times when I literally want to go,
It's the same. It's the same as having a chicken vindaloo and then worrying about whether to drop your ass or not. That's the kind of pressure you're under.
Not in the restaurant the next day.
That's the kind of pressure you're under.
So I was in town, took my little grandson over to see the boats on the pier this afternoon, and I was walking past the bookies. I just happened to look in the window. I don't go in the bookies, by the way, but I saw for a £10 stake, Everton to win, 2-1, Beto to score, 650 quid.
That goes to show. That just goes to show you the state that we're in, no, Rob.
I was like,
did you put a tenner on it?
I never had my glasses, so I'm like looking at the window like that, going, "Am I seeing the right thing here?" I thought maybe it's 65 quid, £650. I mean, and as Rod said before, this is Fulham. This isn't Barcelona. You know what I mean? It's like, is that just an amazing odds that we're getting, or is that just the bookies going, listen, yeah, you're gone?
No, well, the thing, the fact of the matter is, we can't score at the minute. I just don't know what's happened to us. Like we've said it before, haven't we? When Calvert-Lewin weren't scoring, we were still getting goals from throughout the team. Even Michael Keane, Calamity Keane, was with his rasper from outside the box. But now the goals have dried up, and now we're back to relying heavily on the strikers to score, and they're firing blanks.
Yeah, is that we seem to have, hit a bit of a rut since Onana missed his pen. I'm not blaming Onana, by the way, but we kind of haven't got nothing. We got a draw, didn't we, against Villa? 0-0 draw, but we haven't really got anything, have we, out of the games since Fulham turned us over on pens?
No, I think we've gone 8. Is it 8 games now without a win?
Yeah,
8 games without a win, which is kind of worrying, isn't it? Because if we'd have kept on the trajectory that we was on when we was winning away from home, we'd be like mid-table now. We'd be like, we've got no worries. But now we're only a point ahead with 3 tough games coming up. I mean,
really, Wes, we should be mid-table, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
It goes back to that. It goes back to being had off again, doesn't it? So
yeah, but
we're sitting there now.
Yeah, but we have had them taken off us, and we can't keep going back to that. We have had them taken off. I'm just wondering whether, like, you think it might be when Onana missed that penalty. But I think this second charge that's being brought against us is like a punch in the guts for the players. They've tried their hardest to get out of that relegation zone, and they've done brilliant. And then boom, another smack in the face. You know what I mean? So you just think, how
I'll,
much
I'll,
can
I'll have it. I'll
how
have it
much
for
can you
the, I'll
keep
have it.
kicking them while it's down? You know what I mean?
I'll have it for the fans, mate. But when you're on 60, 70, 120 grand a week, you've just got to go, listen, this is my job here, and my job is to not let them have us off. So I'm going to throw it right back, not at you, and just go, what are you made of, boys? What are you made of? Are you just putty, or are you going to literally bare knuckle fight because you don't want to be that group of players that were relegated with Everton? That's the way I see it. But then again, I'm going to ask, who's the fighter? Who apart from Tarkowski and Coleman, Brantwaite, all right, he's kind of bally, he's class anyway, so I don't see him as he's putting in his performances week after week. But who's the scrapper? Garner, possibly.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't think you can underestimate the fact that we've lost the core at a vital moment in the season. In that, and we haven't really got anybody to play his role. You know what I mean? Go like Gomez, possibly, but once again, he's injured again, and we tried to sort of like, I don't know, maybe blindside Luton in the FA Cup by playing a 4-4-2, and it just didn't work. And I think now everyone's like, don't ever play that 4-4-2 again. You know?
Yeah, everyone wanted to see it, and it was pretty. Yeah, it wasn't maybe what we expected. I don't know. We've not played at this level, have we? But I used to play for the Cleases Old Boys many years ago, and it didn't matter what. It didn't matter what. Well, you didn't really have a system, did you? You
No.
went out and your 4-4-2 became whatever it became.
Yeah.
It's a
A
bit more
one a one
sophisticated.
ten. A 110 when they had the ball near their box.
It's like but it's we've got to have a plan B, haven't we? Because sometimes that plan A it's not coming off, and that's why I think I'm not slagging Sean Dyche off here. I'm just saying if the top managers all seem to have a plan B, or they have someone on the bench who's a game changer, and I don't know if we've got game changers on the bench because Beto, bless him, took quite a bit of flack at the weekend, didn't he?
Yeah. The thing is that's the long and short of it is the fact that our bench is weak as piss. Do you know what I mean? We haven't got game changers on the bench. It's as simple as that. You know, whoosh. Most teams can like bring on a couple of players and change the game. I read something there the other day about his substitutions as well in the FA Cup. Was we brought on two lots of fresh legs, and yet Luton made 5 subs, but you could see a lot of the players were out on the feet. You know what I mean? And this is the thing that's going to sort of keep coming back and biting them on the arse is sort of reluctance to make substitutions when we need them. You know, whether that be
So
fresh legs or a fresh sort of take on the game, try and change it
if
up. I don't know.
if they were huffing and puffing on Saturday, then is that what you were saying? If that's the right term to use, then this game's come quite quick after the Saturday game, then hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But that's the way it goes, isn't it? You know, we knew that there was going to be a game coming, you know, quickly. So it's who's that? There's put up that up. Amanda, thanks very much, Amanda. Much appreciated that.
Thank you, Amanda. Beautiful, Amanda Stevens. Without up front, with DCL, Dukes and Anara Chakras in midfield, we need Dyche not to be afraid to use his subs. Yeah, it's Amanda. That's kind of like what we're chatting about now. I'm just not sure about that one. He is a seasoned fella, and you know what? He's doing a fantastic job with what he's got and all the shit that he's having to deal with off the pitch. It must be an absolute nightmare. I know he gets paid mega wonga, but I think if a lesser man, personally speaking, would have walked by now and just gone, do you know what? Sling it, swivel.
Yeah, but
Not
then,
having it.
and do you know what the thing is as well is I don't think there'd be many. I think there'd be quite a few clubs either coming up or round the same area as us that'd probably snap him up as their manager. Do you know what I mean? So with what he's had to deal with on and off the pitch, you know, he's handled it well, I think.
Yeah, fair play to him. Anyone going, mate, between now and tomorrow? Is anyone going to leave?
Yeah, I think probably Godfrey. I don't think Onana's going to go now late on in this, so late on, but you never
So,
know.
are we that desperate to play Godfrey tonight then? Because if we wanted to loan him out and get shut of the wages, you risk him being injured tonight, don't you?
You do, but what's the was Keane on the bench? Did you notice if Keane was on the bench?
Yeah.
Because if you're going to play that, if you're going to play them three centre halves, then you know you could have played Keane instead, couldn't you? But then you know he's a bit of a liability, and he's so.
So are you thinking anyone coming in?
No.
No. And is that no because we can't afford them, or no because these fancy prima donnas really are not up for a fight or a battle laddie? You know, like we spoke about before, the likes of your Peter Reeds of this world where they go, yeah, go on, I'll have a go at that. I like a little scrap.
Yeah, I just think it's down to like reducing the wage bill. Like you know, they're trying to get the wage bill down. Obviously, getting offloading Godfrey. I mean, he can't. I wouldn't imagine he's on that much a week, Godfrey, anyway, because we paid a decent price from Norwich for him, didn't we? So, yeah, I say I can't see many others going. Onana might be too late on in the day, but I have heard Dan Juma going to Leon, is it? And Everton want the centre half. Leon, I can't think of his name at the minute.
Oh, that's that 6'6" lad, isn't he?
Yeah, but they want him as a like sort of make weight for that deal to go through. But
yeah,
you kind of like taking one of your attacking options in a team that struggles attacking wise to play, you know, get a defender in where we're not, we're not too shabby defending wise, are we, Rob?
No, fourth best defensive record in the Premier League.
Yeah, so you know, do we need another centre half when we've got if we do keep Godfrey and Keane? Do we need a centre half? I mean, I'll be honest with you, I honestly don't know how Michael Keane stayed at Everton so long in his career. He should have been gone about 3 years ago.
Yeah, so I'll have a like for like. I'll have one out and one in, but I don't think he's probably on, and I'm guessing he's probably on about 50k a week. So surely we're not that skint where he's going to have an impact on the budget at Everton between now and May. So I'll have Godfrey gone on loan, that's fine, but only if I have one in, because I just think we're so threadbare. You'd only need to have a couple of injuries at the weekend, Brantwaite or Tarkowski, and all of a sudden it's like, listen, you know what I mean? We'll have to play Virginia in goal and Pickford out because we're going to get that desperate.
Yeah, like, I mean, you've only got to look at the bench, haven't you? And you've got what two or three young lads on there, Hunt and who was it? You said Metcalf or somebody. And then obviously Dobbin, he's still really only, you know, an academy player, isn't he? Dobbin, he's not like a regular starter. So, you know, theoretically, you've got three academy players on the bench. That's how desperate we are for players.
Yeah. So we've sold and we've let people go and we've loaned people out. Unless someone's coming in on a like for like, I really don't think we should. It wouldn't surprise me if at the last minute tomorrow. But if, say, for instance, Danjuma, who's not been no great shakes, I know he hasn't had loads of time, but even the times when he's played, it's like
Being greasy. Being greasy.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. It's like he's trying to like rescue. You know, like he thinks he's like a Superman every time he gets the ball. He's going to rescue us from a dire situation. He's going to save the world, and you know, instead of like laying off the obvious pass, he's trying to shoot. You think, like there's to square it and there's a tap in. You know what I mean?
It's not hard, is it?
No, yeah, you know, you might be Batman, but you've got a sidekick Robin there. He's about 3 foot away from you, and he can just tap it in. You know, stop trying to save the world.
Yeah.
Amanda there asked a question about 777. Where's it gone? They want 777 to take over. I think it's a case now if we're getting that desperate for money. We need them to take over, because otherwise, if we don't, we're back to square one, trying to find someone to buy us. And I know Peter says Peter Duggan says we've got there's people waiting in the wings, but how long's that process gonna take before they're ratified?
Yeah, it's that bad at the moment, Amanda. If 777 don't take over, that 9.99 that you just give to follow Everton will be going to Everton.
Yeah,
we literally are because of we've discussed it a few times. Mashiri not being able to put his hand in his pocket, or the fact that he's refusing to put his hand in his pocket. We're just not.
I think it's more like he's refusing because he knows that he spends a shed load of his own money on, you know, part of the stadium being built. He's funded, you know, players coming in and players let go on a free, and you know, effectively now he's going to get buttons for the club. Basically going to take a loss, isn't he? He's going to take a loss on Everton.
Yeah. Wes,
so
we've never discussed this, mate, but just off the top of my head, do you think he feels aggrieved?
Bashiri?
Yeah.
He's got nothing to feel aggrieved for. It's all on his toes. Effectively, he's the man with the money. You know, he's an accountant, for God's sake. How can you let a club? I know he has people to deal with all that, right? But ultimately, he signs off on the paperwork. Him and Bill signs off on the paperwork, right? So when it comes down to it, you know, he should have been keeping the tight leash on what he was spending, what was outgoing. Obviously, you can't compensate for COVID, but then everybody was in the same boat with COVID. Then you can't compensate for the Ukraine being invaded by Russia. Can't compensate for the fact your main sort of money giver and Usmanov, but you know, benefactor has been sanctioned. You can't compensate for them things, but at the same time, as a businessman, you know, pitfalls always come along, so you should be able to equate to them.
So, you know, I know you said he signs off on the players. I can't see him signing off on the accounts. I think he's so far up the food chain, he'll have been paying people big wonga to do the accounts. And I think he just thinks it was a bottomless pit of money. It was like, yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. That's the way I see it. I just see someone with wads of cash in their ass pockets who doesn't really know what it's like to have chips and egg on a Thursday night because you don't get paid till Friday. And that's the way I see it. And he's just gone, yeah, go on. And in the end, we're paying the price now.
Well, you look at it, right, and obviously after what 6, 7, 8 years or 6, 7 years of Mashiri, you now realise why him and Usmanov were never allowed a seat on the board at Arsenal, don't you?
Yeah,
because they couldn't run a one-ticket raffle.
Yeah, nobody knows what's going on. You're right, friends, and that's the reason why we have our streams and we have our say, because we're fans, aren't we? And you'll have your thoughts, Joey, and we've kind of got ours where we just put things out there and go, What do you think? What do you think about this? That's the whole point of having the stream. There's lots of things I know about Everton, and it's maybe for another day, only because I was behind the scenes for 3 decades. So that's maybe for another night. There you go. So
Amanda's
what do you
asking,
think?
how would it affect Machiri if he went into it? But basically, he'd have to sell the club like for next to nothing, Amanda, to the first available buyer. You obviously to call the administrators in, and they find the buyer for the club at a highly discounted price. So whereas if he sells, if 777 come in now and they're offering 500 million, which is still cheap considering the stadium itself costs 500 plus million to build, right? For him, for the money that he's pumped in for transfers and whatnot, and out of his own pocket, and for the money that he's pumped into having the stadium built, he'd probably only get, a quarter of that back. So that's how it'd affect him.
Yeah, Eugene, just like a clairvoyant, that was our next one, my friend. Do you know, Wes, have you got an immediate thought?
I'm gonna go for
Are we going to win?
1-1. I'm gonna go for 1-1, Rob.
You're going for the point.
Yeah.
All right, I'll come back in a minute because my heart and my head are kind of divided. You know, when you have a gut feeling. I'm going for the feeling that we've been doing all right in London this season. Can we keep a clean sheet? Not really. We've got a tight defence. I'm going to go for snatching a 1-0 away win. And I just hope to God it's not 2-1 with Beto scoring, because 650 quid is up for is up for auction there. So yeah, I'm going to go for 1-0, and I'm going to go DCL at some point. You know, he's just got to get the weights off his shoulders. So I'm going to go with a DCL winner.
Rod Ross going for 3-1 to the Blues because he's on the meds. Well, obviously, Rob, I want Everton to win, but Fulham are a tough proposition at Craven Cottage. You know what I mean? So I'd quite happily take a point now, and I don't expect us to get anything out of the next 2 games with them. But after that, I don't even know who we've got after them 2. I haven't looked that far ahead, but. Yeah. If we get 3 points today, I'll be more than happy, because that'll take us 4 points clear at the bottom. Obviously, if Luton don't win.
Well, I tell you what, mate, I've got a bottle of champagne there, and if we get 3 points tonight, this is how sad it is. I'll be sipping a little glass of champagne when we do the post-match tonight. That's how much it means to me.
Yeah, because me and you are both on the post-match. I mean, I might have matchsticks under my eyes and all that, but.
Get in there. You've got Starsky and Hutch, Hinge and Brackets on the post-match.
Waldorf and Stadler.
So listen, friend, we've covered the teams. We've covered lots of things about Everton.
Iwobi's not playing tonight either, by the way.
Oh, do you know what?
He's injured.
Never even thought.
Oh, no, he's not. He's at the African Cup of Nations, isn't he? They've got a couple of players at the AFCON.
Yeah. Dan Juma to score. Do you know what, Stuart, mate? If that's the score and he bangs one in tonight, I'll meet you for a pint next week in Shenanigans, and I will buy you a pint. That's how much joy it will bring.
I'm not even asked who scores, as long as we score. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, friends, I probably will see you tonight about 9:45 for our post-match.
Yeah. And hopefully see all the viewers. Hopefully there's no fume and we're all happy Blues.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for watching our Follow Everton stream. We like to have a laugh. We like to talk about Everton. This is Wes and I. We don't go to games anymore. We just literally follow everything and anything about the Blues. And try and bring it to be as relevant as possible on our stream. So thank you all for watching. We've currently got
15 million.
15 million, yeah, in the United Kingdom and around the world. Gives us a little map of the world in the right-hand corner. We can see where you all are. The wonders of Google. I know. Yeah, I'm looking into me crystal ball. I know we've definitely got 2 viewers listening from Dubai. That I do know.
Yeah, definitely got. My crystal ball is knackered, I think.
Yeah. The 4 hours ahead, and Ryan said he's going to watch the match, and he might even make a little guest appearance. He's back in the UK tomorrow. Okay, my friends, I love you and leave you. Enjoy the game. 1-0 to the Blues, says the Robster. 1-1 goes Wes, but he definitely wants Everton to win.
Definitely want to win.
He'll take a point now. And
Anything
with
but a
that
loss.
in mind, we'll see you all later.